رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to our madrasa course, and inshallah today we will be doing chapter 10, that is about Surat al-Humazah, the slanderer. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. In the name of Allah, most kind, most merciful. Woe to every slanderer and mocker who collects wealth greedily counting it. He thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. No, he will surely be thrown into the crusher. And what can tell you what the crusher is? It is the fire of Allah set ablaze. Rising up over the hearts, it will close in upon them, stretching and in pillars. So the surah was revealed early in Makkah. It consists of 9 verses. It presents a vivid picture of a person who is so small-minded that his wealth blinds him to the truth and even to the common courtesies in human relations. The surah presents the picture of a very wealthy man who used to slander the Prophet ﷺ and his companions both to their faces and behind their backs. But the surah applies to such people at all times and at all places. So some rich idol worshippers used to backbite and mock the Prophet ﷺ and his companions. They used to spread false information about Islam as well as the Muslims. So they refused to believe in the truth. They thought that money is everything. They have been blessed with wealth here in this world, and they're very happy with that. And they also thought that this would continue this would continue forever. And if at all there is, that is what they thought, if at all there is a life after death, so even there they would be good enough. But what they didn't realize is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared the crusher. The crusher, that is nothing but the fire of Allah, and that would set ablaze anyone that reaches it, and that would happen on the day of judgment. So this was a small idea what the surah is telling us. Slandering is to make a spoken statement about someone which damages his reputation, honor, or dignity. So slandering is a talk, something about someone which would hurt the honor of that person. It would hurt their reputation. It would damage their dignity. That is slandering. To talk behind someone's back is backbiting. Slandering is something, yes, we would be talking behind them, but it would really, really damage their honor, their respect. Mocking is laughing at someone by copying him in an amusing but unkind way. It involves attacking him by gestures or expressions, sometimes by tongue and sometimes by the movements of the eyes, eyebrows, hands, lips, or the head. So mocking is to copy their style and laugh at however their style is. to copy their expressions or to even their movements. So just copy them, do them, and laugh at it. So that would be mocking. Greed is another thing which is condemned in this surah. Some people become so occupied with wealth that they forget that they will die one day. So this we learned in our previous surah as well, which was which was the surah we learned. The previous chapter was Takasur. So there again we learned about greed, how people keep themselves occupied uh, with collecting more and more of money, and they just uh, divert their attention and they forget everything about the day of judgment, and that we would be accountable of what we would do. So these three things, slandering, mocking, and greed, they have been highlighted in this surah. So those who have these characteristics will be thrown into the crusher, that is the hellfire, which crushes anything that is thrown into it. The surah warns those people who waste their life slandering and mocking good people, and those who have no other concern but to collect wealth and count it without having the slightest desire to spend it in ways pleasing to Allah. So they just collect and collect and collect and accumulate a lot of wealth. They never think of spending it to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is to give sadaqah or zakat or just help a poor in need. So they don't even think of doing such deeds. So those who do so think that their wealth will make them immortal. So this was the thinking of the disbelievers, the Meccans of that time, that they thought that more wealth, more children would be the things that they need and nothing more, and the wealth would make them immortal, that they would live forever with it. For such people, Allah has prepared a severe punishment in the hereafter. So such type of thoughts, such type of um, ideas are extreme, and they are very, very incorrect. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned us against all such things, and He has also prepared a severe punishment. So that was Surah Al-Humazah, and let's begin with the exercises. Complete these sentences. Woe to every slanderer and mocker. That is the first one. Second one, who collects dash and greedily dash it. I think who collects wealth and greedily collects it. Third one, he thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. And fourth one, no, he will surely be thrown into the crusher. We all know that the crusher is the hellfire. Answer these questions. Where was Surah Al-Humazah revealed? It was revealed in Makkah. So all these surahs that we have been learning in our previous chapters, in our previous classes, they all have been revealed in Makkah. That's because the main theme of all these revelation of these surahs was that people did not believe in resurrection, they did not believe in afterlife, they did not believe in day of judgment, and that was one of the things. And the second thing was about wealth, accumulation of more wealth, greed, and not helping people, those in need especially. All right, second one, what are the three things the surah warns us against? That is slandering, mocking, and greed. Yes. What is slandering? What is slandering? Slandering is to talk about someone in such a way that they feel disrespected, that it damages their reputation, it damages their dignity. And what is mocking? Mocking is to copy someone's style, their way of movement, their way of talking, the way of uh, expressions, their way of expressions, and making them a laughing stock. So that ends the chapter. I would like to end it with one of the hadiths recorded by Imam Muslim. So it goes like this. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, backbiting is when you say something about someone that they would hate to hear. Maybe that would be true that that person has in them, but even though it is true, anybody would hate to hear something bad about them, and especially if people are talking behind our backs. So that is backbiting. So one of the companions asked, what if what I say about them is true? The Prophet ﷺ answered, if what you say is true, then this is backbiting. And if it is not true, then you made up a lie, and that is slandering. Okay, so that is from Imam Muslim. All right, Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك